This is one of the chapters that reminds me why I love One Piece. With Zoro's insane win against Lucci, to the Giants finally showing how strong they are. Luffy's insane history getting revealed, and finally the Iron Giant joining the war. Stick around to get some crazy reveals from this one. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about One Piece chapter 1111. In the last chapter, the 5 elders had finally arrived, and we see why they are on the top of the world. We get to see all the demon form for the very first time, and they look very scary. We also get to see some of their abilities, and they are no joke. Since Jupiter swallows up Luffy in a surprise attack, but the giants come to his rescue. Luffy finally meets up Dorry and Broggy. It is a heartwarming moment, and of course he needed some backup right now. Even Zoro finally defeats Lucci with his new move. Was it really over though? Coming to today's chapter, which is called the Sun Shield. What a crazy reference to Luffy, who is the sun god right now, and the giants being his new sun shield. We already know Zoro and Sanji are the wings of the Pirate King, and now we get Dorry and Broggy, who are his shield. The sun god is well protected, except from Nami of course. Moving to Saint Mars, who's trying to get into the lava phase by colliding with it. The shields may be strong, but the 5 elders are basically immortal. Even if he gets hurt, and even if his body gets destroyed, he can easily regenerate again and take no damage. This immortality can be such a problem to the Straw Hats. Imagine fighting and destroying them as much as you can, but they always regenerate without any damage. Oda really didn't disappoint with the 5 elders. Saint Mars finally entered the labo phase, and Jinbei can feel the insane Conqueror's Hockey. By this we get a confirmation that all the 5 elders can use the Conqueror's Hockey. But Jinbei rushes towards Zoro and saying the fight is over and they have to move. But it's not over. Just like Zoro, Whitebeard, Lucci is still standing, even after taking this huge attack. We all know what an insane moment this is. We have to give credit where credit is due. Lucci has my respect and I love this moment. Despite that, Lucci is done. He can't go on and it's a clear win for Zoro. We get to know where Lucci's power is among the Straw Hats. And it's so cool to see the Straw Hats dominating against an old foe. It's so cool. Since they're already in rush, Jinbei comes in for the attack with his move called Fishman Karate 5000 Brick. It's so funny how Jinbei is grabbing onto Zoro and forcing him to come to the ship. Even Zoro can't do anything about it. He has to just cooperate. The very next moment, Saint Mars appear, and even Lucci, who's from the world government, is shocked to see this monster. But Lucci is a good soldier. He provides all the information to Mars in one shot. How many Vegapunks are there, where is Yoke, and all the location of the Straw Hats. And the duration until the message is broadcasted. I don't think the Gorosei can easily get to where the message is broadcasted. Vegapunk is clever enough to hide it in a safe location. But Yoke is a Vegapunk as well. And all Vegapunk's knowledge is linked through Punk record, and that might be a problem. And even the Goroseis are so clever, they directly went for the Yoke instead of searching for the broadcast themselves. Saint Mars heads for Yoke, but Lucci has one request for him. He wants Saint Mars to spare Kaku, and this is a unique development for Lucci. I've never seen him show care and concern for any other human being, but I for one love it. But Saint Mars replies, it's hard to single out insects while eliminating everything. What can you expect from a celestial dragon? He basically sees them as an insect who don't mean anything to the world, even if they're from the Yonko crew. Such arrogance can only come from the celestial dragons. Moving to Luffy, who finally meets Dorry and Broggy. It's such a nice moment between them and I'm so happy to see them together. Broggy says the giants have tales about the sun god and he looks exactly like the sun god. This is one of the craziest revelations of this chapter. We have always guessed the giant Straw Hat, right, belonged to Joy-Boy, and he might be a giant. And this might be a close explanation for it. What do you guys think? But Luffy has no idea what they're talking. It would be crazy to see Luffy's reaction when he finally comes to know the truth. Now Dorry sees the 5 elders and comments they look like beasts from the jungles of Elbaf. I can guess how crazy Elbaf could be. I'm super excited to explore Elbaf. Luffy says they're not meant to fight now, but escape as soon as possible. But the giants already know this, so Dorry blows the horn, which basically represents they have successfully located Luffy and they're ready to get off this island. The giants are designed right from the Viking mythology and they use tools like horn to communicate. Can't stress enough how excited I am for Elbaf. Saint Mercury steps in and he says, "Let me show you a real horn." With that, he roars with an infused conqueror's hockey. This roar is no joke. It echoes through the entire island till the warship. Even some navy soldiers fall down with this powerful hockey. Dorry, Broggy, all are pushed back. Luffy is completely stretched out. His eyes, clothes, and even his scar is completely detached from his body. This is his toon power. Even Dorry and Broggy are surprised. One of the coolest thing is when Luffy is like stitching his scars back to his body. It's very funny and goofy. Love this part a lot. Saint Mercury jumps for another attack. He has changed his tusks to swords. I wouldn't have guessed he can do that. I love One Piece for its unique powers and how Oda can play around with this devil fruits. It's so cool. But Dorry and Broggy puts up a shield called Sun Shield Slavin. Slavin is a legendary shield from the Nordic mythology, which stands in front of the sun to protect the earth. But here Dorry and Broggy are protecting Luffy, who is basically a sun god, from Saint Mercury. Love the connection to the Nordic mythology. Dorry and Broggy counter with an attack and send Saint Mercury flying. We see how strong the giants are, and it looks like Dorry and Broggy are strong together and can hold a Gorosei as well. Definitely they are not gonna win against them, but withstanding an attack is no joke. Saturn comes with a new attack by spitting venom at the giants. Luffy quickly reacts and makes a baseball bat and cap out of the tree nearby, right from the cartoon. He infuses it with haki and also it has a number 56, where 5 represents go and 6 represents mu, Gomu basically. He hits the venom spits right back to the Gorosei and they explode, and even Luffy is surprised by it. Broggy mentions the Goroseis are done for, but Luffy says they are immortal and they can come back. Even Dorry and Broggy, who have lived for a very long time, have never heard of any race or the ability that grants immortal powers. But I think a lost fruit can grant it, and Gorosei has used the fruit multiple times, or it could be there from this other world itself. Every Straw Hats are running towards the giant ship, and they need to escape, but the Vice Admirals are there. Let's see if the Vice Admirals can do anything about the situation. I want to see them be useful at least once. At least give a fighting chance. We move to Kizaru, who has had enough. Even the Navy soldiers are like asking if they want to treat his wound, but he says his wound run deep and he wants to be just left alone. Even though it's a physical wound, I feel he's hurting more emotionally. Especially now that he has killed Vegapunk. I feel it is hitting him right now. Finally, coming to the biggest reveal of this chapter, the Iron Giant is finally awake. And it's confirmed that it's bigger than the giants itself. And it's walking right through the fire. The Iron Giant says only one thing: "Forgive me, Joy Boy." What? Forgiveness for what? What happened in the past? Did it betray Joy Boy, or didn't it complete a certain task for him? Why did he attack Marishwa? All these questions is what's keeping me up all night today. What an insane chapter. Loved the lore, loved the action, loved every part of it. We have to wait for the next chapter for a very long time because Oda is taking a 3-week break for his proper health, and he deserves it. If you like this content, please like, comment and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get more contents like this.